I know it's been a tough season in terms of the car not being competitive, so you must be delighted that it's the last race weekend and you'll have a new set of hardware for next season, but it's a different track. Obviously, energy is much less important here, so how much work? Is it just full work on qualifying, get as high up the field as possible?
Yeah, I think in the moment when you get close to the end of the season, you're always looking forward to it being over, but about a month into the break, I wish I'd been still racing, so it's obviously been a tough year. I think this year my sort of whole mentality has been a bit better. I've started to sort of appreciate where I am a bit more rather than just focus on the fact that I didn't get to F1 and all that, because that was making me quite down for a while. And I have to say I've enjoyed this year more than I have other years, even though the results haven't quite been there. But yeah, very looking forward to what the future holds for my career, whether I stay in the team, which I think is likely, but there are still other seats, so I've got to obviously keep options open and do the best for my career. So yeah, looking forward to next season, and it's good we start a bit earlier, so I haven't got a 6-month break. At least it's a bit less. So.
As you just mentioned it there, when are you expecting to make a decision or find out where you are next season?
It all depends on the other teams, really, but I would think most people will, I would say, latest sort of 2 to 3 weeks, I would have thought latest, yeah.
And obviously we're in London, and by the time we come to London next season, it might not be even on the calendar for the following year. Yeah. So how important is it for Formula E? We've gone to these major cities like Tokyo, we've gone obviously London, we've lost Paris, we've lost Rome. How important is it for Formula E to try and keep to these tracks and these cities rather than going to places like Silverstone?
I mean, how can I answer this question without... I mean, you hit the nail on the head with your question, really. I agree. Yeah, I think it's very important for what the championship's trying to achieve to be in these headline cities. I think I obviously understand why this is not going to be on the calendar, because it's just expanding all the time. It's just a constant building site, basically. But I have to say, it's very fun to drive. It's quite awkward, but in a good way. With the FIA in Paris, I'd hope we'd be able to go back there one day. Even if we're not in the centre, I've always said it would be great if we can do a race in Park Lane down to Buckingham Palace, then back up. But obviously, I know that would be probably several tens of millions. So, I think we need to keep. We can't just have 1 or 2 halo events. They need to be all good. And I'm sure. I have a lot of faith in Jeff, our relatively new CEO, so I'm sure he's working on that as best as he can with what he has, and we'll see. Yeah, I'd like to be back to Rome would be nice, Paris would be great. But we'll see. I mean, London's a big place. I'm sure we can find another street circuit somewhere that we can. Battersea, I don't think will work for our cars. They're too fast now. But yeah, we need those big cities. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dan. Best of luck this weekend.